Today's show is brought to you by Manscaped, the leaders in below the waistline grooming. And Deke, the thing that we both love, is their Lawnmower 4.0 because, ladies and gentlemen, it is the trimmer that keeps your short and curlies short and less curly. You know? Waterproof, tactical light that turns on and off, so when you're in your shower or wherever you like to groom yourself, you got the option. You can have fun with it, turn the lights off, strobe light it, bing, 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 bing. You can turn the lights on, turn the light off, save electricity or save your battery. You decide. But either way, what you need to do is use the promo code. And Deke, they might be saying, what's the promo code?
It's pretty simple.
It's pretty simple, right? You can't miss this promo code. It is literally MOATS, MOATS. Use that, get you 20% off along with free shipping worldwide. Whew. It's a no-brainer. Okay, so make sure you use that promo code and shout out to Manscaped. And if you use it, your delicate twins and friends will appreciate you. And we got to talk about what we like about them Cleveland Browns. And I want everybody in the chat to participate as well because we are specific and very intentional with this, all right? We're going to get to what we don't like about the Cleveland Browns, and we're sure that list is a lot longer and a lot easier to create. But we're multifaceted. So we're starting off with what we like about the Cleveland Browns. If you got 3 things, please drop them in the chat. Deke, you want to go first, man? Talk about what you like.
This is the likes.
Yeah, baby.
Go through 3 or just one at a time?
How you want to do it? It's your day today.
I don't care.
All right, we'll do it however you do it, man. Let the Lord use you then. Ain't that what they say in church?
Okay.
Let the Lord,
I'll go one at a time. Well, I'll go one, you go one.
All right, let's do it.
That works for me. So for my first one, I got top talent on defense.
Ooh.
I actually hinted to this earlier in the podcast.
Okay.
It's more on paper at this point. It's not on paper, but it is.
I'm with you. I
Am I just saying Myles Garrett? Myles Garrett and JOK. Those are really the only 2 guys I really like on their defense. Denzel Ward's good too, but their secondary has been having some really bad lapses over these last 2 games. Greg Newsom's a good corner. Grant Delpit's good. John. They have good guys. Jadeveon Clowney, I know he's hurt. They have a nice roster on defense, but I particularly like the top talent. Myles Garrett, again, is performing 3 sacks. And we know what JOK is, man. If he didn't get hurt last year,
bro.
Michael Parsons had too good of a rookie year. I was going to say, he would have probably been in the running for a defensive rookie of the year, at least in like the top 3 or 5.
He was definitely nice, bro.
So I'm going to go with their top talent. If you want to include Denzel Ward with JOK, Myles Garrett, maybe even some of their other higher picks, but then after that it drops off a little bit. So I'm going to go with their top talent.
I like it. So the first thing that I'm going to go with is their running game. And I say running game because obviously Nick Chubb is the feature, but Kareem Hunt, there is very little drop off. Like both of these dudes are excellent running backs. Nick Chubb, though, he's the guy, though. He's the one that leads the charge for them. His ability to do literally everything, can catch out the backfield, can run inside, outside, has burst, contact, balance, great vision. Just a top-notch player, man. To me, I love that. And when you watch them, too, they're consistent and they're intentional with it. They don't have that identity crisis that we saw at times last year because of the dynamic with Baker and them trying to prove whether he was or was not a franchise quarterback. This year, they're not having to worry about that with Jacoby Brissett out there right now. So you're seeing them just play through Nick Chubb. And, I like that a lot with them.
Yeah, I'll just go off that because I also have running backs on my list. I have them, and this isn't in any particular order. I just have them second on my list. Yeah, you'd probably have running backs as the top thing, actually. Running backs, run game, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb. Yeah, he's on one again. Just how he runs, too. I mean, the offensive line is opening up running lanes, but I like his patience, how he decides to go to a certain hole, making his cuts. Then he also has the power, can run over you.
He never looks
he's like an awesome running back.
He never looks like he's in a hurry either, bro. It's just like...
But then he does have that top-end speed when he can make it to the second level and just torch the secondary for a big touchdown, like a 60, 70-yard touchdown. And then Kareem Hunt, he's really good too. Am I off? And didn't they have another? No. They did a screen pass to Njoku. I thought it.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dude, where'd they get this running back?
Yeah, the other dude. I was thinking something about last year. I was like, talking about Dearness Johnson. That dude. Oh yeah.
No, run game's awesome. Nick Chubb's one of the top 5 running backs in the league. Yeah. And honestly, if Kareem Hunt wasn't on this team, we've been over this many, many times. He's probably a top 15 to top 10 running back in his own right. And he looks good. I mean, they both look good already right out the gate. Yeah. And it goes back to what you said, identity. They're not apologizing for it at all.
Not at all, man. All right, so the second thing that I like, but I had to put an asterisk next to it just because short weekend, they do have some bumps and bruises, their offensive line. When healthy, I think this group is really good in terms of running the ball. And even in pass pro, they typically do a really good job of protection. And that's been the case for them of lately. But it's a short weekend. They are really banged up. If I remember correctly, I'll check again to see if they updated it. But last time I had looked, I know the right tackle, Jack Conklin, he was listed as questionable. I don't know if they've changed that just yet because
it's not on ESPN. Yeah. Like usually, you're right. They have the little red Q.
Yeah, him and Joe Batonio. But I do know it's a short week. So when you're talking about legitimate injury reports, it's hard to evaluate how a dude looks in a walkthrough because that's what it is on short weeks, especially on Thursday night like this, man. You in the hotel or wherever you're at the practice facility because you can't practice. You still banged up from the game, you know?
Right.
And you got to get ready to play in a whole other
Bush
game.
Listed as limited or hurt too for us. Yeah. But it looks like he's going to be good to go.
Yeah. So if their O-line is healthy, then I do like their O-line, man. I think, like I said, they have star players up there. They have high pedigree up there. They just have good overall players on their offensive line. So that would be the second thing that I like for them.
We might have the same exact list. I'll be interested to see if you have, or what you have. You probably just have Myles Garrett. I'm saying for 3.
Yep.
I'm going to take a guess. But I also have offensive line.
Yeah.
Even though they lost J.C. Treader, they still have Wells, Antonio, Wyatt Teller, Jack Conklin. All really good dudes. And then if you just watch the games, they're picking up exactly where they left off. Yes. You're hoping as time goes on, they're going to age a little bit. The line ain't going to look the same.
It has not looked like that just
It hasn't. Yet. They've given Jacoby Brissett a ton of time, actually.
They have low-key, bro.
And I don't even think Brissett's that good of a quarterback.
But he's been looking half decent, bro.
Right. You give him that much amount of time, and you got that run game going like that, your offense isn't going to look that bad. And
I like how the young boys been playing the left tackle, Jedrick Wills. I like how he's been looking out there, too, man. They, like, across the board, it's a good offensive line unit, man. It's a good offensive line. All right. And, yeah, you're right. The third thing I had was Myles Garrett. I didn't want to put the whole high-end talent. I could go in there with you because I'm a big fan of what JOK has been doing, man. Like, the way he flies around sideline to sideline, but at the same time, he's not as scared to, like, get deep and do all the dirty in-between the D-line type stuff, man. It's just, like, it's fun watching him play, man. But
can't believe they got him in the second round.
Hey, man, whoever leaked that heart condition thing's the plug, man. It might have been a Cleveland person, low key.
Probably was.
Yeah, but Myles Garrett, man, obviously he's on one. He's trying to be the decoy, and usually we got the man. Usually we got the TJ Watt, and we dunking on Myles Garrett, talking about how he can't be a TJ. But unfortunately, we don't have TJ. We won't have him for a couple more weeks. But yeah, Myles Garrett, man, he's a nightmare. We know this. Motivated, athletic as heck, and he thinks that he has a real shot at winning an award. So he's going to be super jacked up and motivated. So obviously got to talk about him, man. But those are our 3 likes.
Hey, he's going up against his kryptonite this week and Dan Moore.
You better believe it. You better believe that. Talked about that actually on my 5-star matchups today too, man. Yeah. Shout out to Dan Moore, man. I need it, Dan. I need it. All right. But let me go through and look at some of these likes from the congregation. We got Quan Black. He says he likes Nick Chubb, Maxo from the photo too. Nick Chubb as well. Shoddy Bills. He says Amari Cooper. All right, let's see. Donald Copeland goes Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, and Miles Jack. Jason. You just jumped the chat. Just jump. But it was Jason with a W. Said he liked the trio of running backs. All right. I
got the Aris Mayo saying Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Number 1. Number 2, offensive line. 3, this one's interesting. Play calling on offense that keeps them on schedule.
That is the truth, though. They do have that.
That's a great point.
That actually is.
Yeah, because if you watch the game, they're always in third and short.
Third and manageable, yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
And when they're not, that's when they can get in trouble a little bit.
Yeah. They do a good job of that, though. Good call right there, man.
What else we got here?
All right.
I'm not seeing much else.
Yeah. All right. So now we can transition to the Chief Keef element of said topic, the don't like. So Drop in the chat what you do not like about this Cleveland Browns team. I don't like your stank logo. I don't like how your colors look. I don't like how y'all don't wear them brown bags on your head anymore because y'all think y'all nice. I don't like how y'all are located next to Lake Erie, but y'all not even the best team that's on Lake Erie. Hello, Buffalo. I don't even like the fact that y'all don't even know what your actual logo is. Are you a brown? Are you a dog?
They brought the elves
or
back.
Are you an elf? Like, seriously. No, like Deke, seriously. Are they a brown? Are they a dog? Or are they an elf? I can't keep up with them. But those are the things that I don't like about this dumb, just type of franchise. I just can't. Just can't, man.
Apparently, I don't want to be wrong on this.
Your weather sucks.
I read about why they went back to the elf. Well, he's been their like secondary logo forever.
But what type of elf is it? Are you a Keebler elf? No one knows that.
I guess they call those elves.
Is he
brownies.
elf on the show? Is he elf on the show? He's not elf on the show. What type of elf is he?
I guess that was the initial logo. That's why they're called the Browns.
He's the
literally
Harry Potter
the elf.
No, he's a Harry Potter elf.
They called those elves brownies or whatever.
He's Harry Potter's elf. He's that little one with the big ears. That's what he is. He has no purpose. I don't know what he's doing out there.
The fans voted on it.
Why?
They put him at the 50.
They don't even have an identity. They don't even know who they want to cheer for. That's what I don't like about the Browns. Okay? They don't even know. How can they be diehard fans? I don't know who you're cheering for. At least we know it's Steelers. They try to throw Steelers McBean on us. We be like, Steelers, you cool, but nah, bro, you ain't it. All right?
Nope, don't
We're Steelers. Okay? So we don't have this identity crisis. They don't know who they want to be, bro. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy. They're terrible. There's a lot that I don't like about them dudes, man. But if you would like to, you can start first, please.
Sure. I'll go with Jacoby Brissett. I think, in general, he's just a mediocre quarterback, more of a backup.
Yeah.
A guy you really don't want as your starter for 32 games because you probably don't feel like your team's going many places. But he's in a good spot right now. He's doing exactly what the Browns need him to do with Deshaun Watson being out. Can he get them to like 500 before Deshaun Watson gets back or a game above 500? And he's been playing all right. I think he can get you out of stadiums and can keep things going and keep things afloat, especially when you have the Browns' offensive line playing as they are and also the running game operating as it has too for Cleveland. I just don't think he's that good. But if everything else around him is operating as it has, then he might look halfway decent. If we're not able to get pressure on him, if we're not able to stop the run, he might have a clean game. I just don't think he's like that good of a quarterback.
And I can definitely respect that, man. I definitely can. Don't be looking on my list either, bro.
I wasn't.
I be feeling like you be trying to peek on my sheet, bro.
I was ready for you to say first
I'm about to put my little arm up to divide my joint, man. But before I talk about what I don't like, I do like when y'all like this stream. So make sure y'all liking the channel, this stream, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. See, I remember that much. But what I don't like is the interior part of this defense, particularly against the run. I think that it's a little soft in there. Not saying that the players are soft, but I'm saying that they're not the most stout. I do think that this is a situation where we will be able to run the ball effectively. I'm actually very optimistic and excited about it, bro.
Najee's got the Browns number.
I'm very optimistic and excited about this particular matchup for our running game. This should be the one. Across that D-line now with no Jadeveon Clowney, the biggest X factor is Myles Garrett. We know that. We know exactly who he is, what we got to deal with. But other than that, man, this isn't a group where we're over here like, man, I don't like this matchup for us. Once again, we got to make it like that. But on paper, we should be able to run the ball, especially on the interior part of our offense line versus their interior D lineman. And even at linebacker, like I said, JOK is a heck of a player, but JOK is still a very small player in context when you're talking about playing in the box. So for me, man, I'm like, man, this is one of the ones where I need Najee to have them 20, 25 touches, man. You know, where on this defense?
Absolutely.
He's a volume guy. We want him to run better. Well, he needs more touches. And this is one of the ones for me, man. So that's why, for me, first thing that I don't like is their rush defense.
I was thinking this, too, with Najee. Maybe it's just the Le'Veon Bell effect with him right now, where he didn't really get a full preseason and get all of his work in this offseason like he normally would because of that weird ankle injury. Came back week 1. We said, he don't look right. He don't look right.
Yep.
And then we see him re-aggravate the injury, although it wasn't re-aggravated, according to Tomlin, according to Najee.
Yeah.
And he looked better last week.
He
thought.
He did.
Still not right all the way. But as the season goes on, he keeps getting the normal in-game reps.
Yeah.
He's going to heat up. And that's exactly what Le'Veon Bell did whenever he got suspended or whenever he sat out the preseason and the offseason because of the franchise tag.
It's a volume
and this is that type
game,
of game. This is the perfect game because he is the Browns' number. And you're right. Their defense should be a lot better than what it is according to the guys that's on the roster. But it's not looking that good.
You cut that tape on, man, that thing is soft in there. I'm just like, yo, this one we'd be all right. We should legit be. Nah, get you another one. Your vision gonna get back today. That's what I'm hoping for, man.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right, what you got for number 2, baby?
Organization.
Oh, tell them how you really feel. Didn't they only get something dumped on them?
That's exactly what I was gonna bring
up.
Bro,
I was about to say I could have swore. Like I don't.
If it's not one thing, it's another thing. There's always something new that's just janky going on up there.
I don't condone it. I never condone any type of throwing objects at people, especially billionaires, because they do have a lot more ways to get you touched. I'm just throwing it out there. But I did kind of chuckle when I saw that. I'm like, bro, I'm with you. It's always something. I'm like, bro, your fans are already terrible because let's be real. I got personal people that was up there for games when I was playing that got stories about, man, it was all good till we won. They poured a drink on me. They poured a beer on me. I'm like, bro, what? Man, my lady was over there. They did this. I'm like, I know.
And they said Bengals fans are worse, though, too. We had no problems with the Browns fans.
I've heard that. What we didn't, but we saw the people that did, though.
Was it? I thought it was infighting, but it was a Steeler versus Browns.
It was the Steeler chick.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a couple rows ahead of us.
That was it. Mm-hmm. And then the upper deck peoples, the ones that we traveled with.
Really? There's fights going on up there?
Remember, my man was just like, yo, he's about to get thrown out. He said they were throwing him off the thing.
I heard there was things that were about to happen, right?
Yeah,
Nothing actually did.
Nothing actually did, but he was like, somebody was about to... He was like, maybe it was him that was going to go over that thing, but either way, somebody's going to go over the rail. I'm glad everybody made it out there. I was nervous.
Yeah, that's really it. It's just the organization. They can't really get out of their own way. It's always something. It's always something, whether it's the whole Baker debacle that's been happening over these last couple of years.
Yeah.
Them trading for Deshaun Watson, almost having him suspended for a full year. Them trading 3 first-round picks. They just dodged that with him getting an 11-game suspension. With them giving 3 first-round picks like the day after he gets cleared, and then all of a sudden a potential year suspension
and the
happens.
biggest contract fully guaranteed. True. Bro, what?
Exactly. They get rid of the guy that has actually brought them some sort of continuity.
And success.
Yeah,
think about when he got there, bro. They was what, 1 in 32, 1 in 30 something. Yeah,
they've been going through. I can't even list off the quarter. I mean, it's what 20, 25
think about that long list of just shirts with just different names on the
20,
background, bro.
20 years. I want to say Derek Anderson, but he was actually probably one of their better guys.
He was though. I remember him Madden, bro.
Bruce
he was straight on Madden.
I think had a run there.
What was it? Brandon Whedon,
Colt McCoy. Brandon Whedon,
Colt McCoy got slept. Yeah. Your man Debo, he killed him. I remember that. Yeah.
What's another really random name?
Oh, Austin Davis. That was the quarterback. Cause that's the one that Tua smashed. Yeah. Who else?
You could go really back.
You said
Tim
RG3,
Couch,
right? Did you got RG3? Tim Couch was nice with him though.
Tim Holcomb. What was his name?
Holcomb was straight. Yeah.
Kelly Holcomb.
Yeah, he was straight. Him and Couch, they were straight. Dang, who was that quarterback? They didn't have. As he said. So RG3 was in there. I remember that.
Oh my, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember he was playing when we played him. I was like, what the heck's RG3 out here? This is nuts.
Yeah, that lasted like 2 games. I think he got hurt, right?
Yeah. Who else? They had a couple dudes, bro. You know who else? Brian Hoyer, who's obviously still backing up New England now.
He was one of their more successful guys.
He was. He had him with Patton. That's the year they smashed that. They put 30 on us. Yeah.
But that's when I think it was a game or 2 after that. That's when we finally put Martavis in.
Micah Hemp, Deshaun Kaiser.
Oh my God,
I forgot all about it. He was supposed to be the one.
Wow.
He was supposed to change him. Wow.
He threw like 18 picks. His touchdown interception.
Yes.
Was atrocious.
Dang, going 5.70 basins as Brady Quinn.
Yeah.
That's another one. Yeah.
Yeah, Brady Quinn.
Jason Winston brought up Jason Campbell.
Wow.
Yeah, he had a little spot. He had a little time out there.
I'm glad the chat has better memory.
Yo, that is terrible. God. Yeah. So glad we don't have those quarterbacks, man. That's been a rough time.
Yes.
That'd be a rough time.
Organization.
That's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So for me, my number 2 is Jacoby Brissett. Good quarterback, but he's a limited quarterback. playing well right now, and I do like that for him, but his track record does show that the longer he is out there, the more opportunities he does have to throw the ball and the more negativity he's exposed to, he's going to make a mistake. And that showed up last week. It shows up a lot with him. Like I said, he's a good quarterback, really good backup quarterback, but you don't want him as your starter. And unfortunately right now he's their starter. So for me, man, yeah, just him being limited, him not being able to be a guy that can just win it with his arm, win it, by himself, makes you a little nervous. So, yeah.
Let's just stop the run. That's literally all we got to focus on.
I promise you, that is all I'm concerned about. If we can do that, everything else is fine. Everything else we are good on. But they got to stop this daggone run, bro.
That's really it. Third one, I am going to go with the secondary. Denzel Ward's good. And we talked about Greg Newsome too. They got some decent safeties. But the first 2 games of 2022, they look pretty bad in the fourth quarter. Missed assignments, miscommunication, like you said. They let Baker and the Panthers get back in that game, almost win that one. It had not been for the Browns kicker making that 58-yarder. And then, obviously, the last one, the whole Jets debacle, they're up. My God, what was it? After Nick Chubb got that, they were up 13 points because the kicker missed the extra point. With like a minute left, it was like a minute and a half left.
Yeah.
Jets had no more timeouts. And Joe Flacco was just able to go off on them. They ended up getting the onside kick and everything.
Make it look nice.
But also, I think just in general, second half of that Panthers game, Baker was able to move the ball pretty good against their secondary. I'm talking outside of these like extreme moments that have happened. But also, Joe Flacco, for the most part in that game, was also able to move the ball. Like some of his deep balls, he just missed by a little bit. A little bit,
yeah. He was throwing.
There were dudes behind that Brown secondary. Man. So yeah, that's my third one for dislikes.
They hate that he was back in Baltimore when he was slinging that rock.
Yeah.
I'm tell you better, the 60 whatever yarder, the one before the onside kick, bro. Man, yeah. I was like, okay, I like that, man. All right. So for me, man, the last one I had was a slash for don't likes. Initially it was team health because prior to their updated or lack of being updated injury report, we knew that Jadeveon Clowney would be out. Obviously, Jesse James, no revenge game for him. He's out.
Good.
But offensive line-wise, they had guys that were going to be banged up as well. Like I said, Joe Bitonio, he was questionable at the time, and Jack Conklin was questionable at the time. But it looks like those guys are going to go and give it a go. So I said, that's fine. I could easily pivot, and my slash was their early miscues that we've been seeing from them defensively. Deke, he hit on it when he was talking about their secondary. That's been popping up on multiple occasions these first 2 games. It wasn't just a one-time mistake. They've been littered with just miscommunication after miscommunication. Joe Flacco threw for 300 yards on these dudes. It won't know, oh, he had a lucky 60-yard bomb at the end and he ended with 160. Nah, he was low-key getting off on them, man. So for me, when I see some of those miscues, when I see some of the lack of smoothness, which is normal at times early in the season, mental errors, missed tackles, get you beat defensively, especially this time of year, you got to be buttoned up. That's something that I don't like about that team. That's something that I think is going to be, very beneficial for us. But that's the third and final dislike or don't like for moi.